DeLuca Show.
You're now rocking with the best.
If you happen to see him without an erection, make him a sandwich. Thank him for your cooperation.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Deluca Show. Big weekend set for DSN Hits. It's a way-back weekend. Starts Saturday, 12:01 a.m., runs through Sunday, 11:59 p.m. Summer Smash, way-back weekend. All the summer hits from the past 30 years in one place. And it's by your request, too. Tons of instant requests scheduled all weekend long. Make sure you listen with the DSN Radio app for Android, the TuneIn Radio app for the iPhone, or online at dsnhits.com. We are joined in the studio by Tim, who has come to talk to us about the Youngstown Pride Festival that's going on this Friday and Saturday. Good morning, Tim.
Good morning.
You approached me probably about, a month and a half ago, and you asked me to help get the word out. And June is Pride Month.
Yes, it is.
And I wasn't aware of that. Is that like a relatively new thing, or has it always been June?
It's always been like that. But there's festivals throughout the whole summer, so it's not just June.
And you guys, are you still a student at YSU?
Yes.
Okay. So you're part of the organizational committee for all of this.
Yes.
Is this the first year you guys have done this?
No, this will be the fifth year.
Fifth year for the Pride Festival. Tell us what it's all about. What's going on this weekend?
Well, we'll actually have, it's 2 days this year. It used to be only one.
Okay.
So it'll be Friday and Saturday.
Right.
From 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. on the Friday, and Saturday will be 12 noon until 11 p.m. We'll have a beer tent.
I saw you got the beer permit the other day.
Yep. We have over 10 food concessions, nonprofit vendors that sell things. It's open to everybody, of course. So, we wanted to make it a family-friendly event, not just for LGBT people, but for everybody in the community. So come out and show support.
Where is it exactly happening? Is it right downtown?
Yes, it'll be right next to the old BEW3s and the old 33 News building on Federal Plaza East.
Okay. And you guys, are you guys doing a parade too?
Yes, that starts at noon.
Now, I'm finding this very interesting because I was looking through the Facebook event page, which we will we'll put a link to it on the DeLuca Show page, by the way. But there was an editorial posted in the Youngstown Vindicator on Sunday, March the 17th. And this is just, I mentioned this earlier, it's just unbelievable the ignorance that people have. Apparently, some people associated with Youngstown Pride were in the St. Patty's Day Parade.
Yes. That's actually the picture right there if you go up at the very top on the cover.
Oh, right here?
Yes.
Okay, so you guys just had a spot in the St. Patty's Day Parade. Okay, and there's a banner in front of you, and then a car, and then another banner behind you. Not a big deal. It's not like you guys took over the St. Patty's Day Parade. But just like all the other groups and organizations, there's a lot of people involved in big parades like that. I mean, you see the schools, you see the bands, you see, Rotary, and you see a whole bunch of other charitable organizations representing themselves in those parades. Well, for some reason, certain people in the Youngstown area found it offensive that they allowed homosexuals to march in the St. Patty's Day Parade. Just listen to this.
They put this in the paper?
This is an editorial that somebody wrote, and apparently the Vindicator published.
Wow.
The headline is Parade Sends Mixed Message. This is just, it's so offensive to me. It's just blatantly offensive to me. I'm writing in regard to what I considered a family-oriented event, the St. Patrick's Day Parade this past Sunday in Boardman. However, to my astonishment, and in front of my husband and grandchildren, I looked up and saw a banner with the words Gay Pride, and behind it another banner promoting the Gay Pride Festival. That's so offensive. Do you know they let black people walk in the St. Patty's Day Parade, too? I'm sure there was a subsequent email there. These people ought to be ashamed of themselves promoting their evil lifestyle, which is not only against God, but against nature. Ignorance. kids in 2013. It's so amazing to me. Decent people don't have to be subjected to this kind of thing. It's a shame they feel a need to ruin things for others. My husband and I have taken our grandchildren to this parade for about 12 years, but it's reached an all-time low, and we will no longer attend it. We will find another way to celebrate St. Patrick's Day.
Find another place to get drunk.
Yeah, a family-friendly St. Patty's Day event, right?
We take our shirts off for beads.
Right, exactly. We could barely get drunk with the
so
pride
upsetting.
people walking in the St. Patty's Day parade. And you know, what this proves to me is, you know, some people probably want to know why you guys are doing such a thing and why there needs to be a Pride Month. Regardless of your sexual orientation, you're still a person. You're still a human being. And you have a right to exist on this planet, in this country, just as the rest of us do. And the reason that the Pride organizations exist, and the reason that there's Pride festivals and Pride marches and Pride rallies and Pride Month is because there is still a ridiculous amount of ignorance out there. Mostly by the religious right, which I find incredibly funny because isn't one of the first tenets of religion to not, you know, judge people?
Well, and I don't think it's all like that now. I know that a lot of them are, but there's also a lot of religions
that are progressive,
that are
more
supportive.
progressive.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you know, I can only use my own example. I'm Catholic, and oh my God, you know, it's such a sin. Have you guys received pushback from within the community at all?
No, not yet. But I mean this. But we actually are thinking that there will be more protesters this year than ever before.
Really?
So that is something we are worried about. But I mean,
So is there an organized movement against the Youngstown Pride Festival?
Personally, that I know, no, I don't know.
But you're still expecting.
There could be, I mean, it could be just anybody. Just come down there, and including this family. I don't know, or people or their friends.
No, they won't. They're not going to attend. You ruined St. Patty's Day for them now. And you know, the Pride Festival used to be a lot more fun before there were a whole bunch of LGBT people here. It's crazy and it's ridiculous. But you guys are. How many people have been involved in this?
About 30 to 40 people.
30 to 40 people, and it's probably been months and months and months of planning.
Yeah, we started back in September, and we move all the way up until now. So,
now, how did you become involved in this?
Well, I'm actually the vice president of YSU's LGBTQIA on campus.
Okay.
And I'm good friends with Anita Davis, which is the president. She was supposed to be here with me today.
Right.
I just got with her and I decided to get involved in it. It's very important.
You guys seem to have generated more of a buzz this year than in previous, because, you know, me, I didn't even know this is the 5th year for it.
Yeah. It's a lot bigger this year than it has in the past.
And so it's basically, it's kind of like a carnival. And I've noticed from the Facebook page, you have a lot of LGBT groups from all over that are expected to attend.
Yes. We have the Human Rights Campaign, ACLU, Equality Ohio, and then a bunch of local groups in the area.
And, you know, what exactly is the mission here? What are you guys trying to accomplish?
Promote awareness, mostly. I think that's personally what I think, promoting awareness.
How is the environment on the campus of YSU towards people of alternative lifestyles?
It's actually perfect.
Really?
The past president that's actually leaving at the end of this month, she was awesome, and she's helped us out so much. She helped us bring a bunch of events, and she was also part of an event we did back in April. It was called a marriage rally. We actually did a marriage rally on campus. We married about 10 couples, and she was right there with us, and she did a speech. And we've had nothing but support from her and her administration and everyone around us. We even have Safe Zone, which allows, it's a training for our staff members to go through. YSU is a part of it. And it's 2 courses, and they go through it, and then they get a sticker that says Safe Zone, and they can put it on their door, and they can know how to speak to somebody if they come to them that is in the LGBT community.
And how are all of these organizations funded? Are they just donations?
Well, ours is a nonprofit group, and we basically do bake sales on campus.
Right.
And we work at Cleveland Pride, which is at the end of the month. We're raising money, and we sell pop, and then we get a cut of that, and that's basically how we make our money. So
that's great. So this is, to you guys, there's a whole group of very dedicated individuals.
Well, that's why it's Unity. I mean, Pride Youngstown, we ask for donations, and the vendors that come in and have their spots and stuff like that.
So yeah, obviously this is very important to you. You're
yes, it is.
Very heavily involved in this. And what is it looking like in the political environment in the state of Ohio? Do you guys think that you're going to be able to see like marriage equality anytime soon? Is that even on the horizon? Because Ohio seems kind of backwards. And down in Columbus, it's a very conservative culture. And when you hear conservative culture, you, of course, associate that with religion and you know.
I think it's going to be a couple more years.
You think so?
I think so, yeah. It's going to take a while. But it's already in the Supreme Court, so, I mean, it's getting there.
Oh, it's moving toward the Supreme Court of the United States?
Yeah.
The issue?
You know that?
I was not aware. I'm sorry.
Yeah, they're supposed to.
I follow some of the stories, like when new states make it legal.
Mm-hmm.
But any idea when the Supreme Court's going to hear the case?
It's supposed to be in June. It's supposed to happen here soon. So we're hoping that it'll happen either before Pride Youngstown, which is this weekend, or before the end of the month. It'll be kind of a nice celebration for Pride.
What is the case about? Is it about marriage equality, or is it about the state's right to choose, or?
It's a little bit of all of it. It also has to do with Proposition 8, which is in California,
and
DOMA.
Did that pass? Prop 8 did pass, I believe, which outlawed all of the gay marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And was California the first state in the country to legalize it? I think
I think Massachusetts was.
Massachusetts was. See, and you know, I've said it many times. I've known there's a gay couple that I've known many years. They've been together like 30 years. Okay? And they're not allowed to get married. And to me, that's absolutely ridiculous. No government should tell you who you can or cannot love. And you know, why is it that we talk about the sanctity of marriage between a man and a woman? How many men and women do you know that are actually in good marriages? You know? What is the average life expectancy of a heterosexual marriage? We talk about it like it's on this pedestal, and we can't let people of alternative lifestyles get married because that violates the sanctity of marriage. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. You guys should be entitled to all of the same rights that the rest of us are. And who cares what your orientation is? That doesn't define you as a person. It shouldn't define you as a person. So I think what you guys are doing it's very important, and it's very great, and it's good to hear that Youngstown appears, regardless of the ridiculous editorial written to the Vindicator. It appears to me that they seem to be a lot more progressive in Youngstown than maybe other places. Mm-hmm. Or am I wrong about that? I mean,
I think we are.
Our other college campuses, like maybe Kent State or the University of Akron, are they maybe a little bit less tolerant? Do they have the same programs? Do you know?
Well, I do know that Kent State Trumbull has a group, Kent State Glow it's called. There actually will be a Pride. I honestly know most of them do, but I don't know like all of them.
You know, I was talking with Andrew from Hype the other day, and he was telling me that they've been invited to be a part of the Gay Games in Cleveland. And I had heard a little bit about that, but I believe that's next year. Mm-hmm. And that is a big event.
Yes.
Thousands.
What is that?
It's the Gay Olympics. It's LGBT individuals competing.
Oh, I didn't even know they had that.
In all of the same sports that they do in the Olympics. And it's big, like hundreds of thousands of people there.
Oh, wow.
And it's coming to Cleveland, which I find interesting because, you know, I've heard from a lot of people that probably the most gay-friendly city in the state is Columbus. Would you agree? I mean, is there a pretty big population of LGBT down in Columbus?
Either Columbus or Cleveland. I mean, I know a lot more people in Cleveland than I do in Columbus.
So maybe that's why they got the games. And that's something that might have changed in the past couple of years. But, you know, it's as you said, this event, Friday and Saturday, right in downtown Youngstown, it's not just for the LGBT community. It's for everybody.
That's what I was going to say. like if you wanted to bring the family and stuff, what are they going to have to do? Is it carnival games and stuff, or what is there
we actually
that we can do?
Tried to get carnival games. That's something that we're still trying to do. Work on.
It's probably hard this time of the year.
It is. It's fair season.
Well, that's true.
Everywhere.
You're right.
But we actually do have over 10 food vendors that will be there.
Nice.
Nonprofit stands. We'll have vendors that sell Pride gear and non-Pride gear. So
Nice.
I mean, and there'll be a dunk tank. There's face painting for kids.
You guys can have music and stuff
Yes,
too?
there'll be bands.
Yeah.
There's drag shows. There's performances, bands, DJs. I actually have the list right here.
There's going to be a lot of entertainment going on. So okay.
Yes.
And it's something, do you guys have a website or just a Facebook page?
Oh, we also have a website. It's youngstownpride.org. Or maybe it's prideyoungstown.org. It might be either way.
I was at prideyoungstown.com. That's what I got right here.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, prideyoungstown.com.
Okay, all right. Yeah, this is going to be it. And I'm happy for everybody that has put in all the hours. I think it's a worthy cause. And it would be nice to see other cities do similar things. Are there other events like this planned in other cities?
Oh, yeah. Pride Cleveland is the 29th of this month. Pride Pittsburgh, I believe, is next weekend. And I think Cincinnati's Pride was last weekend. So there's Prides almost throughout the whole, Pride New York, Pride Washington, D.C., San Francisco. They're normally, yeah. But in this area, Pride Youngstown,
There isn't, to your knowledge, is there a Pride Canton, or are they?
I heard something about a Pride Akron coming in the future, but I don't know if that's true or not.
Not yet.
So,
Huh.
I heard something about maybe next year.
Were you guys one of the first? Was Youngstown one of the first? You don't know. Well, it's a great way to raise awareness.
This is only our 5th year. This is the 25th year for Pride Cleveland.
Oh,
so that kind
wow.
of shows you
That's a big
how long it's been
difference.
going
Yeah.
on.
It's amazing. I had no idea. How long has June been designated Pride Month? Has it been about that long, like 25 years or so? It
As
must
long
have
as
been.
I've known, I guess. I don't know.
What would you say to people out there that might be listening that are unsure of this event? Like, what would you like to say to those people?
Come and educate yourself. Learn something. Don't just have this closed-minded because of what you may have been brought up or how you may think. Come and learn something. We're not all horrible people. We're normal people just like you. We just happen to love differently, and we want to be able to celebrate and have fun like anyone else can.
Right.
So.
Have you, because you're not, how old of a guy are you?
I'm 25.
How was your high school days?
Well, high school was pretty hard. I lived in a very small town, very conservative area. It is very hard, but I had family and love and support and friends to help me through it. So,
if anybody is listening out there that, maybe younger, maybe in high school, what advice would you give to them?
Find a friend or a counselor or somebody that you can trust, and go to them and speak to them and help them out. Even an LGBT friendly, we have PFLAG in the area. They work wonderfully.
Do they have programs in the high schools now? You spoke of the college programs, but
some, but not all. I don't know which ones to be exact.
That's probably hard to get to happen in a high school.
Especially with parents, yeah. Parents can be, yeah.
Have you heard, with your kids in North Canton, have you heard stories of LGBT bullying, or is North Canton a little bit more progressive with it?
It's probably different for every kid. My daughter happens to have a really good friend who just told her parents, I think, like 3 or 4 months ago, and she was all excited. She was over at my house, and she's like, I have to tell you something. I'm like, oh, that's a shocker. You know what I mean? So she was like, well, I'm going to tell my parents, and she was a little bit worried, and her parents were wonderful, and you're talking 17-year-old kids. They're not kids anyway, and so they were fine, and I don't think she's ever had a hard time. But I'm sure it goes on an individual basis, who they're surrounded by, what sports they do, it probably all depends on what groups they're in.
Is it different for boys and girls?
I think so sometimes, yes.
It seems like, females have an easier time of acceptance.
Well, society makes it feel that, lesbians is a little bit better than gay men.
Right. Exactly.
Like there's some kind of, yeah.
Exactly. But it's good to know that there are programs and that's what the Pride movement is about. It's for people that have been bullied and may feel like they don't have the support of their friends or maybe in some cases their family.
Right.
I can imagine that there's probably been more than one person that has come out to their parents and have been shunned.
I have a lot of friends that are like that. They don't speak to their parents anymore, and their parents just basically have disowned them. And
how can you do that? Yeah. Like, how can you do that to your own kid? I guess different.
They do it. Parents do it for all different reasons. So I'm sure that's just a reason for some parents.
But over sexual orientation, I mean, this ideal that because you might love differently than you or I do makes you less of a person, or as the moron that wrote The Vindicator said, makes you evil. I don't understand that. My brain doesn't work that way. I've always been very progressive thinking, and if you want to love another man or another woman or a transgender, whatever, if it works for you, that's great. I've got more important things to worry about than your sex life, to be honest with you.
I got a lot to think about. I don't need to think about anybody else. Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that this kind of discrimination still exists, and that there are still closed-minded individuals, and that it's so accepted to be closed-minded in this society that they print these editorials in the newspaper. Because when I read that, I just kept thinking, what if rather than talking about the LGBT community, they were talking about, I don't know, blacks or Hispanics? That would make that letter entirely racist, and nobody would have a problem spotting the racism in that letter. But for some reason, it's socially acceptable to call people of an alternative lifestyle evil. I find that offensive.
I can say that it's gotten a lot better over the last couple of years. I mean, we have a president that supports us and is the only current active president that has came out in support of gay marriage. He's knocked down Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
Was that a big victory for the movement, the Don't Ask, Don't Tell?
And I believe he also knocked down where, say my partner got into the hospital, I'm able to go see him.
Oh!
I think he also did that as well. So he's done a lot for our community. It's not, gay marriage or anything in all states, but it's getting closer, and it's...
And it's funny because the United States is so far behind. I mean, you've got several countries worldwide that are like, okay.
Canada,
yeah, you can get, and I don't see any big price. I've looked at it from an economic standpoint. I, have worked in the wedding industry. I was a wedding DJ for, 6-7 years. If you allow gay marriage, you're going to double the wedding industry. I mean, it's an economic boom. You've got caterers, you've got DJs, you've got, event halls. It would be very economically positive to allow gay marriage. But I hope you guys see that. I hope you guys see that in the next...
At least in my lifetime, I'd like to.
I would hope so. Because, Columbus has a lot more things that they need to be worrying about. Have you had support from your local representatives out there?
Yes, we do have the mayor, I believe, coming to the festival. Yes, the mayor will be at the festival. Different politicians have, spoke out and helped us out with it, so...
That's great. That's a good thing. And again, it's happening Friday and Saturday. What are the times?
Friday from 5 p.m. until 9 p.m. and Saturday from 12 noon until 11 p.m. We have the parade that will start off at noon. At 10 a.m., before the festival even opens, we'll be marrying 10 couples. It'll be just like a regular marriage ceremony, but with 10 LGBT-friendly couples. And there is a $2 admission to get in. The $2 admission helps support the festival for next year.
Okay.
Because this is not easy to make.
Nothing's free.
Thank God for the volunteers. You guys have all volunteered.
Yeah, I've taken a lot of my time to do this.
Countless hours to put this together. But it's Central Square right in downtown Youngstown.
Yes, it's Federal Plaza East. So.
And, I hope there's not much pushback. That would just be a shame. But there might be. And you know what? Deal with it with kindness.
It won't bother us.
Ticket
I don't
them.
think.
We're going to ticket them.
Ticket them for bullying. Right, exactly. Those people deserve it. Well, Tim, thank you so much for coming down today and talking to us. And let us know how it turns out.
I will.
Let us know, and you had actually invited us to be a part of it. This weekend's just absolutely horrible for us.
And you know what? Next year, maybe, possibly, if we get a hold of you earlier, you can come down and be there.
Stacy will be in the dunk tank.
It'd be hard to swim out with one leg, though.
In circles.
Like a little piranha.
So it's this weekend, June 7th and 8th, the Youngstown Pride Festival. Family friendly, bring the kids. There'll be activities for everybody. Entertainment, live music, beer.
Alcohol for adults.
And so you'll be allowed to walk around and drink then.
Yeah, the whole event's fenced in.
That's
beautiful.
awesome.
So it's a chance to walk around and drink in public without fear of arrest.
Yes, and actually Friday is Party in the Plaza downtown. It's actually another event that goes on.
So like a First Friday thing like we have in Canton, kind of sort of down here.
Yeah, it's a big concert thing that will also be going on. So there's that also going on with our festival. So
nice. Plenty to do, that's for sure.
PrideYoungstown.org is the website for all the event information. We'll be sharing that on the Deluca Show page here momentarily. There's also a Facebook page, which I believe if you just type in Youngstown Pride, it pops up. I was just there a minute ago, but I'm not there anymore. Look at me, all prepared. But thanks, Tim, for coming down. And, make sure you tell everybody involved with Pride Youngstown that we support you guys. We support your effort. And we hope you get the equality that you deserve.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more right after this. Hang on, everybody.
Got the Deluca Show.